And we are live. So happy to be here today. It's a day that I waited for so long to be here on stage with this amazing, so respected, beautiful woman that everybody loves and admires in our community. And I'm not saying you this just because you're in front of me. It's because everybody who knew that you were gonna be on stage was thrilled. So
Thank
let me introduce you with this beautiful lady. Well, I'm Monica Valardi. Sorry for that. I'm a business owner, a digital business owner, and Debra is my business partner. We're independent business partners, but still we support each other. And today she is here with us, enlightening us with all her knowledge. Welcome,
thank you.
Debra.
Thank you.
Please introduce yourself.
Okay, so my name is Deborah. I am first and foremost a child of God. I'm a mother of six, a grandmother of 19, and a great grandmother of eight. I'm originally from Canada. I grew up on the east coast of Canada in the province of New Brunswick, and 20 some years ago, I moved to the province of Alberta. And then 5 years ago, I have moved to beautiful, sunny Playa del Carmen, Mexico.
Yes, it was so beautiful. Remember I shared on my page this little interview that we had. I met Debra online. I saw her on a webinar when I just joined this community. And then when I saw her live, I couldn't just hold myself. I had to grab her and say, God, I love you and I admire you so much.
Oh my gosh, it was
And
so awesome meeting you in Calgary. It was so awesome.
yes, yes, it was amazing with so many people. I mean, we are already almost 200,000 people in the community.
No, right?
Yeah, and we were almost 2,400 people there. We met at this VIP event that 400 people could be there, and I just said I had to go there and meet these amazing people. And then I met Deb, which was the best I could ever do in my life. Yeah, so today we have a very interesting and important topic to talk
Mhm.
about, and it is why do we have to have an investor mindset? The key to online business success. Why is this? Because lots of people think that if we have an online business, they think, well, it's just easy to go and just go on social media and that's it. No, it has a cost, and we have to invest in any kind of business. So I'd love Debra to share her thoughts about this topic. Please, Debra.
Well, if for having an investor mindset is that you want to be successful in a business. There's no business out there that you will be successful and it will sustain a lifetime without an investment of some type. Also, any type of business that is offering a way to make money and does not have a product or does not have something to invest in, it's illegal. So we need that investor mindset. We need to know that in order to, to sustain a successful business, we need to invest in it. And that is just something that for people that are business minded, they understand.
Definitely. I mean, you were telling something on another interview that I love this. If we think that we can treat a business as a hobby, then it will pay off as a hobby.
That's right. And and I say that all the time because I'm a firm believer if you work 1 day a week, you get paid 1 day a week, right? So, whatever you invest and investing is not always in products, it's investing your time as well. So, if we treat a business like a hobby, and a hobby is like people that knit mitts or sweaters or, they put a lot of time into getting a small amount of money. That is a hobby. We want to invest our time and invest, like, when if we buy a product and we invest our time, We want to get that return back plus some. So that is why the difference between investing in a business and a hobby. A business is a sustainable business that you work at that will bring back returns a lot more than what you invested. A hobby, you put a lot of money in to get maybe cover the cost, but very seldom do people get to cover even their costs. I know ladies that knit, winter mitts for kids in the winter time to wear in their hands. And it takes a long time to knit a pair of mitts, and they'll go to the market and sell it for $5. So even if they could knit it in an hour, that's only $5 an hour. That's not much return on your investment. Plus, she had to buy the product. She had to buy the yarn to make the mitts. So a hobby is not a way of making money. A hobby is something to do to fill your time and try to recoup what you've cost out, what it cost you to build the product. So
Definitely.
huge difference.
Definitely.
Yes.
Definitely, because we are working here on social media, and all platforms give us the opportunity to be there just to show ourselves who we are. But once we are in a business, well, they charge you to be able to make advertisements, to be interacting with other businesses, and so on and so forth. So the more you invest on it, then I mean, wisely, then the more you are expecting from it.
Yes.
Yeah, and something that I also believe is so important is that, as you said, learning on the process, because if you want to learn, it costs. It
Yes.
costs your time, it costs money. Sometimes I see out there courses that I say, oh, I have to take this. And sometimes, like, oh, I think it's a little bit expensive. But no, it's not expensive. It's an investment on myself and on my
Exactly.
business, because
Exactly.
then I will produce more. And then eventually I'm expecting a return of investment. And then I can plan ahead of time and can foresee that I will
Yeah.
have good results.
Right. And we had talked, a while ago about reinvesting in your business. A lot of people, they get their businesses up and running and they start making money, and then they start buying. Well, if you're a smart business owner, what you're going to do, you're going to take that money and you're going to reinvest it back into your business to grow it even bigger and better. So, you take a portion of it for yourself, and you take the biggest portion and you reinvest it back in. And you know what? If you don't reinvest it back into your business, you're going to pay it to the government in taxes at the end of the year. So, which would you rather do? Reinvest it into your own business to bring in more income, or do you want to just give it to the government at the end of the year?
That's such an amazing point. Yes, definitely. Because, for example, before I joined this business, I took some finances courses, and that was one of the points that our teacher was explaining us where to invest. For example, if we might be dreaming about having a luxury car, but is it going to give me my money back? I am not sure about
Exactly,
that.
right?
Yes, maybe you should wait a little bit after you have reinvested on your own business, having some extra money. As you said, I have to take a part of that money for my expenses, but then I have to budget it. Okay, how much of that money can I take for myself? Now, how much can I reinvest on my business? And
Exactly.
then, but before doing that, you have to invest. I mean, to see how much do I really have to uh,
Exactly.
save for myself or use for myself.
And I compare it a lot to like having children. We have children, they're born as babies. We invest in them their entire life because we have to buy them clothing, we have to buy them food, we have to put them through school. What would happen if we just had a baby and boom, we put them out the door to take care of themselves? We have to invest and we have to do it properly to raise a good child, right? So, business, we need to invest properly in our own business to raise a good business.
Definitely. I believe having a good planning, I mean, a good financial planning and the correct mindset. Because
Yeah.
sometimes we have the planning, but sometimes we see much money, much more money than expected in our bank account. Oh, I can spend this on a nice dinner and then I can invite my friends and
Yeah.
be careful. Be
Yes.
careful. As you
Yeah.
said, because we will have that money is taxable.
Exactly.
So you have already wasted it or spent
Right.
it. Did you spend it
Exactly.
wisely or not?
That's
You
right.
know, I
So
was telling, I'll give you a brief example and very short. I'm a mom of three. I'm a single mom of three, so I have to be very careful with my decisions. And two of them are already at the university. So it's huge, huge what I have to pay there. And my little one, she loves coffee. And, a specific brand, she loves it. And oh, she said, Mama, I need a coffee. And I said, okay, you can prepare it at home. Oh, why is that? Because I wanted money for my budget, for my ads budget.
yes, exactly. There you go. Right. And
Yeah,
you make your decision on what your why, people have different whys why they start this business, and sometimes people forget about that when they start earning income. One of the things you always need to do is go back to your original why is it that you wanted to invest in the first place in a digital business, like why? And once you start earning lots of money, because we're not a get rich quick scheme either. It takes time. We invest a lot of our time into learning this business and building the business. And if we don't invest our time to do our training to learn how to do it properly, it's not going to work. It's like, going to be a doctor. If a doctor goes and invests his time and his money to learn how to be a doctor, and he doesn't, oh, I don't want to do this part and I don't want to do that part, or I'll skip over this, then you know what? He's not going to be a very good doctor,
definitely.
right?
Definitely.
So we need to do that as well. We need to invest our time into ourselves, into our own businesses, and we need to follow through by following the training that we offer right to a T.
Yeah, yeah, precisely. Today, I made a post on my social media related to the training we had yesterday about
Yes, yes.
branding, and it was awesome. I mean,
It
this
was
lady that
awesome.
presented there was were like, oh my god. I mean, I have a marketing background, traditional marketing background, and I learned a little bit about digital marketing some time ago. And it was like, oh my God. I mean, these ladies have invested so much on themselves that their
Yes,
businesses are, wow, blowing out there,
exactly.
making lots of money.
A
But
lot.
it didn't take them 1 month or 1 year. I mean, it takes a while.
Yes, it takes time. Because we all made mistakes when we started our business. We all do. We all make mistakes,
Yes.
over the time. And I came in early on in the business, so we didn't have the training that there is out there today for everybody to come in and start this business. There was a lot of things that we had to weed through, but it's like anything. When you come in at ground level in a company, which is what we are right now, I mean, we've been here for 7 years, but we're still ground level, we're
Yeah.
still paving the way. We're still, fixing things. We're still adding things, anything to better the company and the people coming in, we do it, right?
Yes, yes, something that, for example, a lot of people ask me. I mean, I'm not tech savvy. Okay, you have to invest in yourself. Okay, but part of it, or maybe 95, 99% of it is already
Yeah,
included. The rest
exactly.
is just to be committed because we provide that training already. It's just on your computer, on your phone, and you just can jump in there, for example, to make this live. I just
Yeah.
jumped in, say, okay, how can I stream onto my social media? How can I share this with Debra? And how can I prepare a nice post? How can I brand? This
And
is an
we
investment because
we
time is
teach,
money.
and we teach that. That's what our business does. We teach that to our new business people. And you know what? What is more important, investing in yourself or investing in somebody else's dreams?
Yeah. definitely. If you have to invest, I mean, sometimes when I mean, I come from the corporate world, you too, and
Yes,
we know how it is that they set you a schedule and you work like crazy, and you, I mean, you can advance, but advances I can see like baby steps, you know.
yes,
But you never get to that goal you had planned when you are very young. I mean, I'm already over 50, and I wish I had seen this before, but well, it's never too late.
exactly.
And I continued. I mean, I just finished a master's
Mhm.
just in April, you know, and the kids and the at the university something said, "Okay, I want you to be my leader in my team," you know. Then, how old are you? I'm 52. Oh, same as my mom. I was like, I know.
Yes, exactly, right?
Yeah,
Exactly.
but they were so like amazed that I was there. And yes, it was not easy. It was easier for them because now these technological tools are
Yeah,
very easy for all of them. As you were saying in another webinar that I heard you, our kids are teaching us. My middle one,
exactly.
she set up my Instagram account. My little one, she set up my TikTok account. Sometimes she's the one who uploads all material out there, and sometimes oh,
Exactly.
slow down.
I know, right? I remember when I started doing TikTok advertising and things, I remember my granddaughter said to me, she said, Grandma, you know, TikTok is not for old ladies like you, it's for young people.
I
And I
know.
said, well, I'm looking for young people to work with. She said, oh, well, that's different. It's not for old ladies like you.
I know.
Out of the
They're
mountain,
amazing.
right?
But you know, my little one is 14 years old. Okay,
Yes.
and she listens to almost every mastermind, every training we have every single week. And
Yes.
she already knows all our leaders. And when I was back in the convention and I sent my kids these pictures and would say, "Oh my God, you met this person!" They are already aware of the kind of people I am working with. We are
Exactly.
working with. You are
Right?
one of them, Deborah. And they were so happy for me. And then I sometimes say, "Have Deborah on stage." Oh, really, Mama? You know, they're already in this. And her
Yes.
plan, my little one's plan, she's only 14. Listen carefully. She's waiting to be 18. And she already knows how to build this business. And she is telling me, Mama, I won't wait until I am at your age to start this. I will
Oh,
start
no.
as soon as I can and be my own boss and be my own business owner.
She's our future,
Yes.
right?
Yeah,
She
but she
is
already
our
knows how
future.
to build this. She
Exactly.
already knows because she has understood. At the beginning, she didn't understand. My kids didn't understand what I was doing.
Mhm.
But with the time, they got fascinated with what I am doing and they support me so much. Sometimes we are at the beach. We live at the beach in White Rock, BC, which
Yeah.
is amazing. And they, Mama, you could take a video for your business, you know?
Yes, exactly. And they know. And you know what? I used to, my grandson, I've been in Mexico for 5 years, but my grandson was 4 going on 5 when I moved here. And I remember I would be doing go lives, you know, on my business page and you know, talking about the business and he would come on and he'd say, watch my grandma's information session. You want to be good like my grandma? Watch her information session. And you know, kids are so amazing and they can help you so much. It doesn't matter. They boost your morale. They boost you no matter what. Whether they, you know, can do anything with the business or not, they're too young, they still boost your energy and
Yes.
they boost your moods, right?
Yes, yes, definitely. For example, when at the beginning they were asking me, Mama, when are you going to make money? I said, wait a minute. This is not something, I mean, if I gave them an example. When I came to Canada, I arrived, I'm from Mexico too, but he live in Canada.
Yes, it's just the opposite.
The opposite.
Yes.
Yeah. And well, I had the money to invest on a franchise.
Mhm.
And I'm a veterinarian, so there was a very nice franchise open there to install in BC.
Mhm.
And I loved the project, you know. I said, oh, this is for me. It was like a dog care. You know, I'm an animal nutritionist, but I was like, okay, this is related to my area. Okay, no problem.
Mhm.
I love it. When I found out how much money it was like, okay, I have the money, I can invest in that. Okay, then I had a meeting. First meeting was okay. By the second meeting, when they told me how much I had to put in, I was like, okay, and then okay, and you have to open at this time, and then you have to close at this time, and if, and you have to advertise like this, like, oh no, it's again being with a boss. No, thank you. But then about maybe half a year later, I found this ad, and I said, okay, here I can invest. Okay, here I can put my money in, and here I can grow as much as I want to, and I do not have to open any door for anyone, and I decide where, with whom, and when to work.
Exactly. Exactly. We're our own bosses. And you work for somebody, you're filling their dreams because they're the ones that are going on vacation. They're the ones that are buying the nice things for their children. They're the ones that are not asking for a day off. But when you work for somebody, you can't take a day off. You can't stop and take your daughter to the doctor or take her to a basketball game or, soccer game for your son or whatever it is. You can't
Mm,
do that when you work for somebody.
definitely. For example, it was last Thursday, I think. I do lives constantly about my life so that people can see who I am and etc. And my daughter called me. It was, I think, on Thursday. I was working at home as usually. And she called me, Mom, I have a very strong stomach ache. And I said, okay, you can take a pill or something. She said, could you please come and pick me up? I mean, I live in Canada. She
Yeah.
knows to move around much better than I do. I constantly get lost. She never gets lost, you know. She really needed mama time. I said, yeah, I just put in my phone, put in my self stick, you know, and said, okay. And I bought a coffee, you know where, and I went there, and then we took her somewhere to a nice cafeteria. I was doing my life, and we started working. She just needed me. I could be there with her.
Yeah.
She just needed mama time. My other
Exactly.
kids do not live with me anymore, but sometimes they ask me, Mama, can I call you at 12 o'clock,
Yes.
3 o'clock,
Even when
4 o'clock?
they're adults, they want to talk, right?
Yes, and I don't have to tell my boss, oh, I'm so sorry, I cannot join the meeting because I do not have. I
Right.
mean, I prefer to invest here, and my mindset has shifted
Exactly.
so dramatically since I mean I have always been a business person, okay, but
Hmm.
the way I thought and understood social media has shifted so dramatically after entering this business and understanding that if I really want to look at the whole forest, not at one tree, is to have this mindset and to
Exactly. And
prepare.
yeah, and if you want to invest in your mind, you read books.
Mhm.
You read. You invest in your mind because you read, you know? So we invest in so many different ways. It's not always money that you invest, and the most important investments are investing in your own mind and in your own business and in yourself.
Yes, yes. I do not need luxury cars. I do not need lots of jewels because you can buy them. But eventually, if you want to grow, money is gone. And I will have to pay taxes, as you said, for that money that I already spent
Right?
instead of reinvesting it. Yes, you have to think big to grow big. And yeah,
Exactly.
that's exactly. If we look back into all these leaders, business leaders, Elon Musk, Warren Buffett, all them, that was their mindset.
Yes.
Reinvest, reinvest. And one of the treasures of this business, it grows while we are sleeping.
Oh, so
Mhm.
amazing to wake up and say, oh, I've got a new business partner today. Wow. You go to your mailbox or you look in your bank account. Wow, look at the money in there today, right? It's just, it blows you away.
Yes.
It just
Yes.
blows you away that you can earn when you're sleeping.
Yes. Yes. And that's the way we have to think today. Not to be waiting for paycheck after paycheck,
Exactly.
looking that it won't be enough.
You invest your time to learn this business, get it up and running, and doing what you have to do and investing in, what we're training you to do. And then you can go to bed at night, down the road, sleeping, and your business is still growing,
Or traveling.
or traveling, or living in a different country. It doesn't matter, right?
You live in
Works.
Mexico, I live in Canada.
That's right. You're Mexican, I live in Canada, I'm Canadian, and live in Mexico.
Yes, it doesn't matter. I mean, and my daughter was asking me, Mama, where do you plan to retire? I don't know. It doesn't matter. I take my
Exactly.
business anywhere. And something that is also so important, the more I invest, the more I grow, and the more I leave behind to my kids, or the better I'm prepared for my elder years.
Yes.
Yes.
Right? Yes.
I do not, my mommy is back in Mexico, and I'm seeing how much money she needs for tests, for medicines, for whatever. She's still very independent, super strong, super positive, but I can see that no matter how strong you are, you will need help. You will need your family. And something that I have told my kids, I want you to not to worry about my elder years. I want to to choose where I want to retire. Maybe it's a very beautiful retirement house somewhere in the world. I don't know where, but they take care of myself. It's difficult to say this, but maybe they have to change diapers to me
Yes.
because I used to take care of some elder people, and
Yes.
you have to change diapers, and
Mhm.
you don't know what will happen in the future. And I don't want
Exactly.
one of my kids taking care of me. I mean, I want, but they don't need to be worried about it because I will have the money for someone professional and experienced taking care of me.
Exactly.
My kids can be on their own, living their own lives, and not have to worry about what mama is doing. you
Exactly.
know and
Yep.
design, they can have money from what they have built today.
Exactly.
Today, October 5th,
Mm-hmm.
2023. Because I
Yep.
am investing today in my future.
Yes. That's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So nice. I think you and me, Barbara, and so many business owners here, young, middle aged, and in their later age, must be very proud of what we are doing because we are doing a difference in the world and we are an example for our
Exactly.
kids, for our next generations, that they can see that it's never too late, that no matter our age, no matter the situation you're living, you can
Mm-hmm.
do this. You can do this. You have to commit.
That's
You have
right.
to work hard. Can
That's
you
right.
tell us a little bit about how you started, Deborah? Because I find it fascinating.
Well, first of all, I wasn't working at the time when I started. My position of many years had been eliminated. They just couldn't lay us off, so they eliminated a lot of our positions, us high paid people, which, business looking at it, it was a smart decision. But it was hard on us that got laid off. And I really thought that I was going to get a job because I had, years of experience. I was good at what I did. I had letters of recommendation. I thought, sure, I'd get a job. But I was over 60 years old. So, people did not want to hire anybody over the age of 60, right? So I started doing something that was just so out of my comfort zone, going online, because I used to work on a computer 12 to 14 hours every day on database programs, income tax programs, but never social media. Never had a clue how to do social media. And then they're talking words like TikTok, Twitter, and I'm saying, what kind of names are those? Pinterest, like, what kind of names are these, right? So, anyways, I knew when I looked at this business it would work. I didn't know how it was going to work because I didn't even know how to put a picture on Facebook. And that was the first thing they asked me to do, was to put my picture on Facebook. And I'm thinking, no, I don't want to be on out there online. Somebody will see me. It was all kinds of different reasons I had that I didn't want to do things like that. But when I came to the realization, I want to build a successful business, I need to do what the training is telling me to do. I want to be successful like those people and the people above them. I want to be them. I want to be them. I want their success. So, how do I get their success? I do the exact same thing they did. I followed that training to a T, right? So, I was broke out of a job when I started this, but I found a way to do it. And if you want something bad enough, you will find a way to do it. And I put a lot of hours into doing this because I had a learning curve. I had to learn the computer. Well, unless I was going to go take a computer course, I had to do it on my own. So I had to depend on others to help me, and I had to depend on using Google. Gosh, Google and I even used to get in arguments because she didn't give me the right answers. But anyways, she's my best friend today. I got to be careful that she doesn't start talking to me over there. But uh, you know, I
Yeah,
still ask a lot of questions because I still am not real tech savvy, but I have learned what I needed to learn to build this business.
I know. I
So,
know. It's out there, and you mentioned the point. If your why is strong enough, you will achieve it, no
yes,
matter what happens. No
exactly.
matter, we can hear so many stories. You remember Eric,
Yeah.
the this
Yeah.
man who came from Africa, from Uganda, and he had such a story, and
Oh,
still he's making it, and he's growing, and he said, I mean, he had such a difficult time in in his childhood, and he's growing so much, but he's a good human being and worked so hard, and
mhm.
now he's doing amazing.
And
It's
I know it's amazing. And it's amazing. Everybody has a story.
yes,
Everybody has a story. And we're all different. A lot of people relate to each other on their stories because they've lived similar lives, but everybody has a story. There's nobody out there with a perfect life because life is not perfect, right? We
mhm,
have to learn how to live by faith and not fear. And that was a big thing I had to do when I started this business because I was scared somebody was going to look at me. I was one of
mhm,
those people that kept the tape over my, camera on the computer. I didn't want to get my name out there, my face out there. And they said, this business is, you need to put your face out there. You need to show people that this is legit. And I said, well, I'm not putting my face out there unless it is truly legit, right? And it is a truly legit business. So I put my face out there, and I talk about this business a lot. And I talk about how people can become successful, but they have to invest in themselves first.
yes,
They have to invest in their learning, they have to invest in them, they have to invest in everything about their life to help them do what they need to do to become successful. There's not one person out there that is truly successful that did it overnight. Look how many years it took, like Colonel um, for Kentucky Fried Chicken, Colonel Sanders. Look how many years it took him. Look how many years it took, the guy who started McDonald's. They told him, nobody will ever buy a burger, right? But what did he have to do? He had to learn how to make the perfect burger to get it out there so people would buy his burgers. And look at McDonald's today, it's worldwide. I think it's in almost every country of the world, right? McDonald's franchise.
yes,
So, if we're going to follow, Bob Proctor didn't come successful overnight. You know, all
no,
of these guys, they did not become successful overnight. It took them years and they failed over and over and over again. But the thing of it is, they didn't give up.
Definitely. Definitely. You cannot give up.
You
Um,
cannot give up.
no. My two girls, they play tennis. And they had a trainer who had a son who was nine in the world back days. He used to play with Roger Federer in this generation,
Mhm.
his son. And that was the head coach in the club they were training when they were a little bit later. And when the kids had a were defeated, they started crying and saying, I don't want to play anymore. And then he explained the story about his son. He said, my son played 1,200 matches, has played 1,200 matches,
Yes.
matches in his word, okay? And out of them, he won 400 and he lost 800.
There you go.
You
Right?
Yeah, and life is like that. We have more bumps than
Yeah.
ups.
Yeah.
So we have to stay
Exactly.
good.
But the one good thing about this, any money that we invest in this, we never lose that. We never lose that ever, which is totally amazing. And people don't understand that, and your time is your time, right? Your
And the
time is
time, and it
your time.
comes.
And
Comes.
right. And look at the amount of new people and friends you've met along the way. People from all over the world. Well, at our conference in Calgary this summer, where I met you personally, 24 different countries of the world were there. That just blows me away,
Yeah,
right? I
yeah.
started this business in February. Well, in December of 2016. I didn't become a business owner until February 2017, but I joined this business in December of 2016. I was number 106 in this business.
Wow. Wow.
106.
Wow. No, you have so much
Right?
experience here. Yeah, yeah, definitely.
It's
And you
just,
didn't have all the tools we have today.
oh my goodness, no, not even a
Mhm.
tenth of
Mhm.
them we didn't have back then, right?
Mhm.
We
And
paved
it
the
still
way.
improves day by day, and it still improves. And maybe in 4 years we will say, "Oh my God, we didn't have these tools back then."
Right? And then I've even had people say to me, would you think, maybe your online business is saturated? Absolutely not. How many billions of people are in this world? And the thing about this is, we don't need people, they need us.
Yeah, yeah, we do not
They
have.
need us. And everybody in this world could be a part of this business, and it's not going to affect one person or the other.
Yeah,
And people help each other, whether they're financially tied together or not. A lot of people start different businesses, and once they, buy in and they become a business owner, that's it. They never hear tell of their people again, ever. Well, that's not the case with us. We have trainings 3, 4, 5 times a week, however many trainings people want to get involved in, they have that opportunity. We have one on one Zooms. We do interviews with people to help them. We do, like I have everybody over the age of 50 that can join in on our Zoom, and we've had many people come and, right, exactly. And it's because over the age of 50, we may be a little slower than the younger generation because the younger generation have grown up knowing the digital world. They grew up in it. I see babies in their car seats with, going on the thing on the phones and stuff. I still can't type with my thumbs, and the babies are sitting there
yeah,
going like this. And it's like, oh my goodness, but they're our future. They're the ones that's going to do it. And today, the world is turning digital.
yes, yes.
Everything is digital. You can buy your groceries online. You can do shopping online. You can, there's so much. You can call a hairdresser to come to your home. You contact her online. Whatever it is you need, you can book it online.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
online is the way of the future. And we all knew that from the pandemic. Those
yeah.
of us who had online businesses, our businesses thrived over the pandemic. So many people lost their jobs, lost their homes. There was so much suicide, even teenage suicide, because they couldn't do anything. You know, they were in a home, they were in just with their own people all the time. There was so much abuse, but there was also lots of families got a lot closer together because they had the time together. But the money went down in the economy big time because there just was not the production of the businesses. So many mom and papa shops went out of business. People lost everything
Yeah.
because they depend on people walking through the door and selling those products day after day after day. We don't have to do that,
No,
which is the amazing thing about this business.
no, we don't handle products. I used to have two retailers in the past, and sometimes when people didn't show up, I had to be the chauffeur. I had to be loading products myself and heavy products, you
Yeah,
know. And this is like I never handle a product. Never ever. I
exactly.
mean, the
We
system
don't
does
have
it
to
for
deal with
me.
other people's money. We don't have to deal with products. We just help people guide them in the right direction.
Yeah,
That's the
definitely.
awesome part of
And
this.
we have this informative webinar area what bi-weekly open for the public, and they just have to register in our site and in any business owner site, and you can go live there and you can participate. You can go into the chat and ask questions there. It's every Tuesday and Thursday,
Mm.
every Tuesday and Thursday, 5 o'clock PST time
Yes.
or 8 o'clock EST time, or wherever you are in the world. Or if you are working at that time, you can also watch the replay. So
Yeah. And the thing of it is, you know, they can watch the replay as soon as they register with their name and their email address on the web page and, you know, whoever they got it from, then they can watch that replay right away, or they can wait till Tuesdays and Thursdays and watch the live sessions, write down their questions and contact the person that gave them the website to register on, right? Or
yes,
what I suggest everybody do, they watch that webinar in full, then they follow the process. If they find out by watching that webinar, they're curious, they want to know more about the business, because the information session is 90 minutes. And there they talk about the business and how to get involved in the business. And then you hear from other people that are successful in the business. And then at the end, we give them an opportunity. If they want to know more information, they pay 149 US dollars. And we use US dollars is because there that's the only currency in the world that's universal. That's
mm,
accepted in every country in the world, and that's the US dollar. So that's why we use the US dollar and not each person's local currency. But you know, when they get involved in the business, they, you know, the money is in their local currency and they get paid in their local currency. But you know, to get that information, you pay that 149, and then we send them another 3 hours of videos. And when you watch those 3 hours of videos, it's going to talk about how you get started, what options you have to get started, and then if it's something you want to pursue and you want to ask these questions to a live person and to, you know, get started in the business, then you book your strategy call with the coach that you've been assigned, you know. And if it's something at that point on day 29 you decide, oh, I really don't want to do it, because we're going to give them 30 days to watch that information over and over again, write down their questions, get their questions answered. And then if it's still something they don't want to do, we'll give them back their $149 if they have not booked their strategy call, right? Once they book the strategy call in the system, we can't refund them. It just takes that refund away once the strategy call is booked. But if you have not done that and it's not for you, we'll give them back the 149. I had one lady message me and she'd say, "Well, how do I know you'll give me back your my 149?" I said, "Well, let's do this. Let's do something. I'm going to refund you your money. And if this is something you want to pursue, you'll have to rebuy in again." She said, "Okay." So I refunded it. 3 days later, she calls me back and says, "I want to start the business again." I said, "Well, just go onto the site, do the exact same thing, watch that 90-minute information session, get to the end of it, and then follow the process." Right. And that's what she did. And now she's very successful in the business.
I know. I
Right.
know. I watched it once. I had my questions. I watched it twice, and I said, I'm in. And I was lucky. I have a very good mentor and coach.
Yes,
And well, the rest is up to me.
exactly.
Um, we're independent, but we
Yes,
help each other so much. We have these accountability groups. We are never alone. So,
exactly.
well, we have already almost been here almost 45 minutes. I love it. I could continue talking for hours and hours with you,
I
Deborah. It's
know, right? It's
fascinating.
awesome. Well, all of these people that are watching and listening today, they should join in, and then they can sit and we'll do a Zoom call that we're not live, and we can do all kinds of talking.
Yes, yes, definitely. It's just amazing how much.
Yeah.
Look, we have here. Yeah, I have a financial background, and I agree. We need to plan and invest and reinvest in our business in order to secure our life in the long term. So good information, ladies.
Thank you, Andrea.
Nice
That's
to meet
awesome
you.
information. Awesome
Yeah,
information.
yeah.
So true.
There's Esther. How to do it to grow? Well, it's from Mexico, Esther. And how do we grow?
We teach other people to do the exact same thing we're doing. That's what we do to grow. Get
Yeah.
back to Monica, Esther, and you can talk more about that in person.
There is also
I shouldn't say
Renata.
in person, it's privately. Privately.
Yes, Renata. So here's so interesting highlights for any business owner. It is always important to have in mind that we need to invest and reinvest in order to grow.
That's right.
Definitely. Thank
That's
you
right.
so much, everyone, for watching. Deb, thank you so much for your time, and
Welcome. Thank
I wish I can see you soon. And the latest, we will see each other meet in Japan.
you. In Japan in June. That's right.
Yes,
So
definitely. That's
we
the
will see
latest.
you there.
We will hug you so tight as possible.
Me too.
Take care, dear Deborah. Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much, everyone, for watching. You can see here the um, the the link to register. You can watch us on both of us on our pages. So thank you, everyone. Thank you for joining.
Take care. God bless.
God bless you.